Welcome, beautiful seekers, to the existential shift to October 2025. We're going to do an all signs tarot readings. Go sign by sign, including Ophiuchus at the end, /seeker 13. We're going to start with Libra. Happy birthday, Libras. This is your season. If you're new to my space, my name is Morgainne, and this is where you come to existentially shift. Yay. Okay. I'm going to work with the Wild Unknown Tarot. If you're watching the recording after the live, if you feel inclined to timestamp the readings, that would be fantastic. And thank you so much in advance. The QR code that you see right here is if you want to book a private reading with me. There is phone sessions, video sessions available. Okay. I didn't focus on anyone. I'm going to start with Libra. I was just shuffling because that's what I do. We had a few cards. We're going to make it like the vibe of the reading for the collective for October. So we have the Hierophant, Eight of Swords, and Chariot. Okay. So this is the energy that is leading us as a collective of seekers. Sorry, let me just kind of... You can see me. Hierophant, Eight of Swords, and Chariot. October is time for you to snap out of your limiting beliefs, of talking down to yourself, and doubting your knowledge, your intuition, and your truth. It's time for you to break out of limitations, be it exterior or interior. Could be your mind, could be your habits, could be things that are surrounding you, but you can definitely do it. These cards say that you can, and they are encouraging you to utilize what you know. Friend, no. Utilize what you know. You're such a brat. Sorry. Utilize what you know and to go ahead and do it. Okay, the Chariot here says you have a dream, you have a goal, you have a purpose, you have a vision, you have, somewhere you want to be, something you want to do, something you want to attain, achieve. You can do it. Just do it. The Hierophant here says you have the wisdom, the knowledge, the skill, the experience, the legitimacy. But the Eight of Swords, it's like all the talk, the mental chatter, the inner voices that tell us that we can't, or that we shouldn't, or that it's wrong, or whatever the case may be. You know what's right for you, and you have the key, and you can hop on the horse and go on that ride. So that's kind of for everyone. And now we're going to move to Libra. Feel free to say hello in the chat or in the comment section. All right. Happy birthday, Libra. October. Next month, please, for Libra. Sorry. Next month for Libra. First card, Three of Cups. Knight of Pentacles. One more for Libra. Wow. The Lovers. Okay. Very beautiful. Like incredible. Three of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, and the Lovers. Okay, Libra, someone is stepping out of you weren't the only one in the mix. Okay, there were either other people or one other person, and they were enjoying that dynamic. But they're now deciding from themselves that they want to step out of that three is a crowd kind of thing, or a crowd is a crowd, and focus on you. Now, obviously, this could be romantic, but it can also be anything, any other type of dynamic where someone had another person and or other people meddle, be a part of whatever relationship they have with you, and they want to move away from that and focus just on you and kind of build something stable and consistent. They're kind of over it, over the party, if you want to call it like that, and the chatter, and just like there's the helping hand that isn't very helping, there's the advising advice that isn't very helpful. So there's moving away from that. There's I think they've come to understand what it is that they want, what it is that they believe, what it is that is coming from their own inner system without being pulled in different directions by others, or they have gained what they needed to gain from other people's advice, perspective. This is also can be, about you, a message for you to, okay, it's time to stop with let's say it's romance, so no more dating around with multiple people, situationships, making a decision of what it is that you want for yourself and living by it, meaning giving attention only to those who get only to someone who gives you proper attention. Choosing something that has more potential of longevity and stability, that is more reliable. Being reliable yourself can invite in someone who is similar to that, who's also reliable. This can apply to work. This can apply to anything. And there's an opportunity here to make a decision, to make a choice. Some of you will have to choose, will find yourself needing to make a choice during the month of October between more than one option, two options, and possibly more. But this reading is also saying you'll know what's best for you. You'll know what is in alignment, what is beneficial for you, what is good for you now and for tomorrow. And there's something about you that is stepping outside of a group setting of some sort. Because your antennas are intuitively picking up on something that wants to come into your life that you need to make space for. And it's hearing you. It's on its way. It's on its way. Okay. Good luck, Libra. Have fun. Next is Scorpio. Happy birthday to my Scorpios who celebrate early at the end of October. The first degrees of Scorpio. Scorpio, please, for October. Message for Scorpio for October, please. First card out, sorry, Four of Swords. It's going to say Seven of Swords. I don't know. Mother of Wands, Queen of Wands. God, these cards are so intense. One more. Nine of Swords. Okay. Four of Swords, Queen of Wands, Nine of Swords. Sorry, it's getting a little chilly. I'm going to grab something. All right. That's better. Fix myself. I'm just looking at the imagery, and it's like, it's really, Scorpio, you're called to protect something that is very dear to you, that is under some sort of attack. Could be a child, could be, and this is something that you would know. This is not a premonition that you have no idea about. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about, leave it. But could be a child, could be someone in your life that you find to be innocent and sacred to you, even. And it's almost like I'm seeing with this Nine of Swords, there's the evil eye, there's jealousy, there's some sort of darkness that is drawn to this innocence, like almost obsessing over it, over them. And you're called to be the guardian of this lamb. Okay, from this really weird stuff. There's also, for some of you, I'm picking up, there's something, there's some sort of sacred journey that you're on, could be in your sleep, where there are certain energies that are attacking you in your sleep. So if you're having like bad dreams, nightmares, or like really weird experiences, you want to take care of your walls of protection, of your boundaries. You want to surround yourself with light, with a bubble of light before you go to sleep. You want to have protective symbols that you resonate with from whatever belief system you're in tune to. And this is a time to not be trusting. And I know saying this to Scorpio, you're like, well, duh. But a lot of times you're not trusting when you can and should. But this time, follow your Scorpio's spidey senses. And just, when in doubt, protect. And it needs to be with like the little things that matter. Someone says something out of line, immediately say something. Immediately put them in their place. Immediately, send it back. Especially if it's to do with this lamb in your life. It's like your precious egg to guard. This really reminds me of a reading that Aries had. in the most recent cycle. So if you go to playlist for September 2025, it will be there. Maybe I'll even remember to link it here in the info in the top corner of the screen, which means that if you scroll below the video, it will also show up there. I'll try to put it there for you. But otherwise, you can go look it up. There is something you can do about this. This is not a fated thing. So protect your eggs, protect your lamb, protect the sacred person for you, or the sacred space, or child. Again, could be anyone, anything, but it's precious for you. So you want to protect it. You're called to protect it, actually. It's more than that. And there's something, again, the word sacred keeps coming to mind. It's really... Yeah. Okay. Scorpio, good luck. Saggy. How's it going, friends? Hey. Message for Sagittarius, please. For October. What does Sag need to know? Two of Pentacles. Okay, wow. Judgment and Empress. Wow. I'm seeing an uprise, an outburst. Of freedom, for freedom. You've been limited for a while out of choice. You allowed it for a while because you weren't sure what it is that you wanted, or what it is that you think, believe. But there will come this moment of realization, and from there's like no stopping you, or whatever this is. Judgment can be reckoning, could be remembering, can be revival. And you've been stewing on this. You've been going through this process almost like in a womb of some sort. You were in the womb of, you were the mother and the womb. You were cooking yourself and you were being cooked. It's oh, I don't like that analogy. I'm sorry. It's like a being giving birth to itself. That's very interesting. And kind of rising. There's a rise. It's flying really high. And there's a birth. I don't know if you're being birthed or you're giving birth. Same, perhaps. Something is recreated. Something is planted in order to be recreated. You've been holding back your wings for some reason. Maybe you were waiting for the right timing. Maybe you were waiting for a sign. Maybe you were waiting for absolute clarity. You're gaining it this month. The Empress here, so something to do with divine feminine, maternity, womanhood. It's coming through very strongly in a very positive way. This is so funny. I read it as the Empress, but it's the Emperor. That's incredible. So that now I'll add the meaning of the Emperor as well, because it wanted to consider the Empress. Otherwise, it would not be confusing it. So, okay. So that, and that's so interesting. You're stepping into a position of power and authority once making a decision. And or breaking away, interesting, that's different, breaking away from a position of authority for this reckoning, for this freedom, for this almost enlightenment. But you definitely now realize what it is that you want, what it is that you're certain of, and you're going for it, and you're committing yourself to it fully. Like you're going all the way. Okay, Sag, I hope it made sense. Good luck. Next is Capricorn. Oh my goodness. Hi, Aaron. Thank you so much for the 200 SEK. I don't know what currency is that. Forgive my ignorance. Let's Google it, or you can tell me if you want. And everybody, feel free to say hello in the chat because I see that you're here. Swedish krona. Okay. Cool. Thank you so much for the 200 Swedish krona. That's awesome. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Aaron. And hi. 20 bucks and hi. I think that should be the new high. More coffee for me, yeah, for sure. This time, right now I have water. I already had coffee. Which reminds me. Yum, yum, yum. Okay. Next is Capricorn. Okay, let's see. How exciting. What does Capricorn have? In the end, I will also pull runes and an oracle. Capricorn for October, please. It's funny, I actually worked in Sweden for a while with Swedish krona, so you'd think I would remember. It's been a while. Capricorn. I'm hearing you guys ask, what, where, why? I sold oil paintings. I worked in art. And specifically in Sweden, I was an oil painting sales coach. So I would go from team to team and teach them how to sell paintings, oil paintings. So Yeah, I was in the art world for a while. In Europe. Back when Europe was Europe. Back when Europe was Europe. Ay, 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 ay. When a tolerant society tolerates the intolerant, it is doomed to become intolerant. Tale as old as time, and people just refuse to learn. I think it should be mandatory for leaders of countries to study history, to be experts, to have 3 degrees in history or something like that, and philosophy and geopolitics. Just stupid leaders is the most dangerous thing ever. Ay, ay. Okay, I digressed. Capricorn and theology. Definitely every single leader in the world must study theology. Not because they have to be religious or even spiritual, though that's always good to be spiritual, but just to freaking understand the things you're dealing with in this world. You have responsibilities for your people. You got to understand the world you're living in. Got to understand the world you're living in. All right, Capricorn. This was probably also a message for Cappies. You guys are like the system, the government, the CEO. Maybe you needed to hear that. Now, a shadow seeker or a shadow Cappy or a shadow anything would be like, oh, I have an excuse to discriminate now. I said to not allow intolerance, not in the name of tolerance. I didn't say to be intolerant in the name of tolerance. There's a difference between not allowing intolerance in the name of tolerance versus being intolerant in the name of tolerance. Stop conflating things to excuse what you want to do. I don't know who needed to hear this, but you really needed to hear this. Okay. Ay. Oh gosh, you guys are so generous. Hi, Sandy. Thank you so much for the $6.99 super sticker Canadian dollar. That is so awesome of you. Like this live and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for being a lovely moderator too. I am so appreciative of all of you guys. Yes, Capricorn. You guys are in a generous mood today. That's lovely. Thank you. Okay, Cappy. This is for Cappy for October. Okay. 7 of Pentacles. Ooh, 3 of Swords. And Mother of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Capricorn, something similar to what Scorpio had. Don't worry about disappointing anyone. Just worry about your well-being and the well-being of the people that you love. You're not supposed to sacrifice your well-being or the well-being of someone that you love and care about in the name of anything. Okay? You are a part of the cosmic Buddha. You are a part of God. You're part of this collective that needs to be, you know, cared for, loved, whatever. And if people, and I think some of you needed to hear this because maybe someone has been doing something that is hurtful to you and abrasive to you in the name of kind of allowing whoever is causing the harm to continue causing harm in the name of like being kind to them. But when you're kind to the unkind, you're unkind to the kind. When you are kind to the unkind, you are unkind to the kind that they are unkind to. Say no. This is not what I invested in. This is not what I believe in. This is not what I want. You're causing harm and pain and strife. Signed up for this. You're called to protect something precious from nonsense. And this is going to turn ugly because it has allowed for far too long, right? It's been going on for far too long and it needs to stop. You need to put your foot down. Okay? That's what you need to hear, Cappy. And I hope this would be helpful. If you listen, it would be helpful. Okay, next is Aquarius. Just kind of checking in on the chat. Sandy, I don't get why these stickers are in the 99 cents. Just make it an even 7. Don't. I agree. Well, you guys can make it an even anything if you prefer to donate via Ko-fi or Venmo. The links are, running below. You'll see them below, and it's also linked in the description. So yeah, so YouTube has, the options that it gives you. But if you want to go freestyle, you can go to Venmo or Ko-fi. I love those cards too. Oh my gosh, it's the Wild Unknown. I just started working with them, and I'm obsessed. Because they're a combination of tarot and the animal spirit that I love working with. But now it's like I don't really need to work with them because I have the animals here. It's incredible. Okay, now we are in, yes, you are right. We are in Aquarius. Yeah, I can see it right here. You can scan the QR code if you want to book a session with me. And that is for the options of donation if you prefer. Depends on you and what you like. But never mind that. Let's focus on messages for you now. Okay. Aquarius, please, for October. Message for Aqua. Daughter of Swords, which is like Page of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. Ooh. And the Death card. Lovely. This Ace of Pentacles, for some reason, makes me think of the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, Aquarius, you're about to receive, this is very specific, you're about to receive communication for an opportunity, work, financial, career, home. For some of you, a relationship depends. It's going to be demanding of you to make a huge change, and it is going to create a massive change in your life. And it's something that you're going to need to put other things behind in order to focus on. It will require your full attention and your full focus. So if you've been like a little bit scattered, having multiple streams of income, or leave them, but like multiple jobs, freelancing, gig work, hustling, all that stuff, you're going to have one opportunity come in that will require your full devotion, full time and attention. And I see you going for it because bottom of the deck, I have Ace of Wands here. I think it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be like a form of a rebirth for you from a place of like, okay, imagine taking multiple seeds. Each of them represents skills and talents that you have, and, you know, breaking them down and then mixing them all together into one seed that includes all this genetic info, and then planting that seed. And then that seed grows, and then that's this opportunity that is just perfect for you. It's like constructed for you. And I think you're going to be very excited about this. But at first you're going to feel a little bit of, well, does this mean I won't be able to do that or not that? Well, okay. It's going to be worth it, I think, but up to you, of course. And I do see you going through a really massive inner change, like to the core of the way you behave in the world and the way you communicate. Some of you are learning some communication style or a language. Some of you are learning a new language that triggers aspects of your brain that weren't utilized or were kind of dormant. And you realize that you have this vast type of wisdom that you weren't even aware of just by studying that language. Different languages awaken different aspects of our brain. That's why speaking multiple languages is incredible for the mind. Incredible. Like it starts working in ways that it didn't before. So yeah. Okay, Aquarius, cool message. Good luck and enjoy. Who's next? Pisces. Hi, Pisces. How are you? Message for Pisces. For October. Message for Pisces for October, please. Ooh, okay. 10 of Cups, 5 of Wands. One more. And Justice. Okay. I see you coming together with someone or even a group of people to combat an injustice of some sort or something that you just don't think is right and you just don't approve of and it's just wrong, and you're coming together to kind of shed light on it and to try to positively influence the situation. And there's also accountability coming through, like with the Justice, there's, you know, things being called out, things being said. I know you did this. I know you did that. We know that you did this and you did that. And kind of just this could also be an intervention for someone that you care about, maybe to do with addiction or something, or abusing of their position. I'm picking up because of the Justice and the Five of Wands, and the Ten of Cups. There's like, okay, there's a group of people. Different people have different positions, different responsibilities, and anywhere between 1 to 5 people have been abusing it, have been kind of allowing themselves to stretch it to take it too far. But then the greater group is like, no, you can't do that. So there's that. There could also be a court situation over family matters. Maybe it's to do with child custody. I'm hearing arguments over what kind of education the child will get. Maybe you're divorced and the two of you are, not in agreement as to what kind of school, what kind of education the kids should have. The Mishpat Shlomo is coming up. The Solomon's judgment is coming through, where the person who truly cares about the well-being of the children will get their way, or how they believe things should go. And I think it's going to be very evident and very clear, be it in front of a judge, or if it's not, going to the court system, if it's like within the family, then to the other family members, or to the other members of whatever group this is. It's going to be made clear who is operating from a place of genuine heart and genuine care and genuine harmony and truth, versus who has vested interests and just comes at it from a sense of competition and wanting to win as opposed to what is right. Okay. Temperance, there will be mediation, compromise. Things will be clear. There will be a clear answer. So this is encouraging, Pisces. If you're in a situation like that, this is encouraging for you. Good. Good luck. Okay. Now, my lovely Aries. Aries seeker. Hello. Hi, Libra Prime. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Aries. The sun is in Libra, but Earth is in Aries during October. It's actually a time of grounding for you. Let's see. First card out, the Moon. You, Father of Wands. And Three of Swords. Okay. Aries, you're finding out that there has been a fog of confusion and deception that has been surrounding you and has been affecting you. It comes like a lightning, like as a clear realization. It creates a profound heartache and sense of disappointment and betrayal. I'm sorry. Maybe some things were hidden from you. Maybe some things were warped, distorted. You realize more than one person, I'm sorry, have been playing with your mind. This could be, you know, being on the receiving end of gaslighting, of manipulation, of, you know, emotional abuse tactics like coercion. And the thing that you find most challenging is that you didn't know that while you were in the moon, you were in the moon. Like you didn't know that you were surrounded by a fog. It had a different aura to it, or a different, you didn't see it like that, right? And it's like this King of Wands in this deck is so intense with this Cobra. It's been coming up in all the readings recently for, you know, for the month of September, and that I recorded during September. It's been coming up a lot. A lot of like standing up with self-empowerment and leadership. It's like you're protecting your heart. Here, the Three of Swords is in the like in the Rider-Waite and in many decks, you see a heart and three swords stuck in it. So it's a very, you know, disturbing image, and it's a heartbreak. So it's like you're protecting your heart, and that got really tangled up in some delusion or some lies. And you want to be really gentle with yourself and really kind to yourself. It's not your fault. Okay, you didn't do anything wrong. It's not your fault. This was kind of, I don't know, just kind of the cloud was so big that you thought that that was the reality, the ultimate reality. You didn't know that there's an end to the cloud, or like anything outside of that. Yeah, but you're definitely stepping into your power, into your wisdom. And if anyone can do it, it's you. So good luck. And don't worry, you're good. Okay. Ooh, that was a little heavy. Sorry, Aries. Next is, hey, Green Apple. Welcome. Happy to have you all. Next, we have Taurus. Yay. Hi, Taurus. How's it going? Okay. Message for Taurus, please. Message for Taurus. October. Judgment. Oh my gosh, the Fool. Wow. And Two of Pentacles. Okay. 202. Give me one moment. Hold on. Come on. Come on, come on, Princess. Come on. Come on. Come in, Weirdo. Come on. Come on, girl. Good girl. Yeah. Go ahead. Good job. I'm coming, I'm coming. I just have demanding cat. Hi, I'm back. Okay. That's I need to stare at this for a second. Because that's very okay, Taurus, there's something really intense is going on for you in the month of October. It's like a complete, not complete, it's a very massive internal and external, because it's going to lead you to do certain things, but starting with internal restart. But like it's almost like your inner matrix is being recoded. Okay, it's the codes are being cleared in order to establish new ones that fit the next step of your journey. You'll need new coding in your system to begin this next step, this next complete. It's a massive bump, massive, not bump, like, yeah, you're getting bumped, like in a good way. Your lifestyle, what you're going to be doing is going to be bigger, better, significantly. And it's a little bit like out of your comfort zone. I mean, you were also capable, of course, you were always capable and talented and skilled for that, but you're not used to it being your life. You're used to it being a possibility, a goal, a purpose, but you're not used to it being your reality. So it's going to become your reality. You're going to step into it with courage. You're going to be pushed into it by spirit, if I want to be more exact. Hi, Lizzie. Good to have you. Welcome. You're going to be pushed to it by spirit. And it's including your own higher self, right? When I say pushed by spirit, it's not like just an exterior force, that it's your own oversoul that is really ready for the next step. So this is incredible. Good luck. It's on a massive scale, like massive scale. I don't know if you're going viral. I don't know if you're called to publicly speak in front of instead of dozens of people or a few people, hundreds, if not thousands, if not even more. I don't know. There's something really big happening here. Very expansive. I think this is a very special message, Taurus. I think you've gone through such an incredible process that Spirit has decided to give you a bump, like an upgrade, a promotion, if you will, like a spiritual promotion, where you're given more responsibilities, but with it more abundance that come with those responsibilities because you're trusted. Your mind proved that you can be open to multiple things that it's required of you to be open to in order to be able to conduct this. Very interesting, very beautiful, and good luck. And if you want to tell us what this is about or come back to this reading and describe what it is, please That'd be awesome. Wow, okay. Now we have Gemini. Message for Gemini. My Gemini speakers, please. I realize I don't have the butterfly in the frame. Oh. Sorry, I'm trying to deal with all kinds of stuff here, like lighting, and it's not ideal, but it's still great. There we go. I have a cat on the table with leaves in her butt. Okay. So, I'm so sorry, guys. It's the Gemini in me is coming out. Right? No, I'm not a Gemini, but we all have all the signs in us. Okay. Gemini for October. Message for Gemini, please. For October. Strength. Fantastic. The Tower. Okay. And 9 of Swords. All right. Gemini, something is going to come out into the surface that you're going to show grace and nobility as you're managing it. Because you have it in you and you can. It's not going to be easy. It's something, I think it might already be happening because I don't think, it looks like you already know what this is about, right? So whatever it is that you're dealing with, it was bound to come out because it wasn't good. So it needed to be dealt with. The strength here says that it's to do with matters that are bigger than you. Okay, the importance is bigger than you. So it's not about you in the way that it's like against you, right? It's just something bigger that needs to be resolved. You may have involved yourself in it in a way that wasn't beneficial for this situation, that the universe felt like it needed to step in and course correct. Whether intentionally or unintentionally, it has caused grievances and grief. You might also be dealing with grief yourself right now. Maybe you recently received some bad news, difficult news, and you find yourself reaching into your inner strength and inner light in ways of handling it, which you are, and you're doing a great job at. There is a leadership position that is being questioned with the Tower and the 9 of Swords. Strength is the lion, right? It's like the leader. And this is all coming from a place of love and for love. So none of this is like, it's not like a curse, right? It's not like something that shouldn't be. Quite the opposite. There was something that shouldn't be that is now being corrected, but perhaps for some of you, from your perspective, it's the other way around. But the lion here is making a call. Making a decision that is, it's pretty, you know, striking, and it's just what it is. But you have the spirit of a lion within yourself as well. So your spirit understands. One more clarifier, please, for this, for Gemmies. Daughter of Swords and the Hierophant. This has to do with truth, with information that is being spoken, that is being decided based on. So whatever this is, I'm sorry, is decided based on that. And it's for a higher purpose with the Star card here. So whether you like it or not, it's a perspective, it's a choice. You can choose to how to look at it, and then you might be really appreciative of that. It's all a matter of how you approach it. Okay, so good luck, Gemini. You can do it. You're brilliant. You can find the perspective that makes you joyous through this. Okay, next is Cancer. Next is Cancer. Okay, Mother of Swords and Strength, Queen of Swords and Strength. Beautiful. Cancer, and then one more for Cancer, please, for October. Gosh, this Nine of Swords is, I think it's the third time it came out, and there's something extra eerie about this. But we have the Strength card and Mother of Swords. Very similar to Gemini, but from a different perspective. You are this lion, Cancer. You are the one coming in, making a clear decision, important decision to do with something that has been going on that wasn't good. Mother of Swords here, it comes from a place of like, it's either to do with a woman and or to do with set of values, ideals, right thinking, clarity, truth. It's very decisive. I think you're stepping in. You're stepping in. You're like, okay, this needs to be dealt with. You can't just let things kind of. You can't let this continue. You can't let this go on. Something has been going on that has caused a lot of harm, and you're like stepping in to fix it, to clear it, and you're making a very strong decision that might cost someone else position or rank, whatever applies. But you're the one coming through with like truth of the heart, truth from spirit, and alignment with, you know, what's best for the greater good kind of thing. And you have very clear idea, like you've done your research, you've done your questioning, you've done your thinking, deciding, analyzing. And it's not an easy decision. It's something that might be like hard to do. you know, the axis of Leo and Aquarius is coming through. So there's the society and then there's the leadership, right? There's the king and then there's the people. And then there, it's like there's a monarchy coming through. There's like royalty with a collective of some sort. So if there's royalty anywhere, it has to be, you know, pristine, pure. It can't have any form of corruption because we're living in a world of now democracies. So if there's anything in which a form of monarchy is exercised, a form of like there's a king or there's a queen or, you know, anything of like you make decisions from a place of being regal or something like that. If there's no democratic process, let's put it this way, then the leader has to be like really moral, right? Otherwise, it can't work. Very interesting. Like, I don't know. I hope you're not a part of a cult because I'm trying to think like, where do we not have democracies when it comes to organizations or groups or affiliations? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You tell me. Okay. Cancer, good luck with that. Maybe it's a job place. Maybe it's a private business and you're like the owner, but you find out that the CEO has been a little bit, you know, not very straight, like not, what's the word? I'm missing a word. There's been a level of corruption or level, this is something that's coming through so much recently. Corruption, abuse of power, like it's probably Pluto retrograding in Aquarius and being in Aquarius in general. Okay, next, Leo. Hey, what's up? Okay, so hope you guys are doing well. That's it for Leo for October. We have Leo, then Virgo, then Ophiuchus, because we started with Libra. And thanks again for whoever is taking the time to timestamp. I really appreciate it. Leo, 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 Leo for October. You see me shuffle. There's one card of you know, there's only one card of each in a deck of tarot. I'm not mixing more than one deck here. So Judgment again. Mother of Wands, Queen of Wands. And El Diablo, the devil. Okay. Okay. Who? You've been told what you wanted to hear, and it's been working. And now you're realizing that you let what you want to hear affect your judgment. And you're going through this time of reckoning and reminding yourself what it is that you're about. What it is that you're about, what it is that you believe. Someone really knows, you know, what you want to hear and what your buttons are, what your likes and dislikes, and they were kind of just selling you that. And it wouldn't have worked if you hadn't let it. There's flattery here. There's someone has been flattering you. And using your shadow against you, Leo. You need to hear this. But the good news is you're like realizing it and you're waking up out of it. You're like, oh, wait. Oh, wow. No, I can't do that. This is small. This doesn't represent me. Also, this reminds you of what it is that you're passionate about, kind of in a vicarious way. You're like, okay, if this person could have like affected me this way, it's almost like teaching you vicariously, unintentionally, right? There's that phrase in the Bible, what man intends for evil, God intends for good, right? So if someone has been kind of playing you, because they recognize what it is that you want, then you're like, now you're like, okay, if this worked, maybe those are the things that I actually want. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been able to work. So maybe you weren't even completely aware, interesting, that those are the things that you care about, you want. So for example, let's say someone flatters you a lot and it works, and you're like, you're giving them what they want, or they manage to influence you in a way that is not good. But then from that, you realize, wait, I need validation. I need recognition. Okay, so you can pursue validation and recognition, but in ways that isn't used against you. Does that make sense? And that was just an example. And I'm also picking up another completely different aspect to this reading for others of you, other Leos there, where, so this and or that. Like I've noticed this goat's feet are on fire. It's like you feel like your feet are on fire. You're like burning for something, burning with desire. Oh, because yeah, we have the Queen of Wands here. There's burning with desire. And it's so deep and so intense, this desire that you're feeling, that it's like creating a breakthrough of some sort, a spiritual breakthrough. It's almost like the missing piece for a Kundalini awakening. Like you worked so well on the upper chakras, right? On the spiritual aspects of your mechanism of your existence, but you kind of neglected or didn't work so much on the lower chakras, lower in quotations, because it's not really low versus high. It's all a circle. Okay. It's just different aspects of your existence that are reliant on each other. And so the root chakra, sacral chakra, even solar plexus were kind of put to the side or not focused on or weren't as important. But this intense desire that is waking up in you, it's like almost forcing your system to focus on those areas of life, right? Of sexuality, passion, creativity, inspiration, desire, and the life force, the will, the hara that they all represent, our core, really, through which we expand to other dimensions of reality, of our mechanism. But it starts there, it's the core. So if you only tend to the trees and the high branches and the fruit, but not the roots and the trunk, there won't be any branches and fruit to take care of very soon. Like it will decay. You got to take care of the root of your existence. And as a human, and I find it interesting that I need to explain this to a Leo. As a human, this stems from the root and the sacral and the solar plexus chakras. Connection, desire, will, sensuality, sexuality. It's the force of life, right? Without it, there is no life. How are you to have all these lofty thoughts and be of life if it weren't for the thing that brought you life, that created you? So think of that. Okay? Leo, good luck. Let's see, how are you guys doing? Next is Virgo. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I just need to check something. Okay, Virgo. Message for Virgo for October. You just had 2 new moons in your season, in your sign. One of them was a lunar eclipse, a solar eclipse. Very intense, somewhat of a rebirth, of a sense of self, of direction. And let's see how the first month of that is going to look like. Virgo, October. Strength, again. Love it. The Hangman. And 5 of Cups. Okay. Virgo, you're going through some sort of spiritual grief process. You're shedding old perspectives and understandings of the world that were very accurate, but, you know, the universe expands as well. Evolution applies to God too, and to the cosmos. And so there are new perspective, expanded perspectives to consider and to learn and to grow into. And if you approach it from your heart instead of from your mind, it will be easier. If you try to hold on to beliefs, to ideas that served well and were very relevant, but not so much so from here on, or are being expanded upon, it's just going to create pain and difficulty. Release the emotional attachment that you have to ideas, philosophies of some sort that are beneficial and have served you. It's just no longer relevant. It's time to upgrade. It's time to graduate and then move on to the next. Okay, so you mastered math, now time to move to physics. You mastered physics, now time to move to quantum physics, whatever. You mastered the Newtonian laws of physics, now it's time to completely step out of it and understand that there are realms in which those do not apply. It's not a contradiction, it's not instead, it's an addition. But you're making this about this or that. It's not this or that. And with the Lion here, with the strength, it's like, I'm getting that you're going to get a message in your dream. So someone or something is going to come to you in your dream with a very clear message about your next direction, your new direction. And it's almost like a spiritual assignment. Wow. So you're getting assigned with a spiritual purpose, assignment, mission of some sort. And for some of you, it will require making a sacrifice of some sort or letting go of something that you need to let go of that makes you sad. And you don't know if it's like, well, you don't know if you can do it. You don't know if it's for you. But it's like if it came to you clearly in a lucid dream or in an energetic dream, the being that speaks to you, or a dream that is very clear, very sharp, that you remember very vividly, and it's not like elusive, right? It's clear, and you want to listen to it. Something that, and I'm getting there was also a spirit guide that was kind of staying quiet, staying dormant, deep in your psyche or somewhere in the ether, didn't make itself known to you. They're going to make themselves known to you this month. They're going to come to you either in a dream or in a vision, maybe tell you their name, or, share with you their essence. And okay, I'm your spirit guide now. Or if it's not a spirit guide, it could be a teacher, right? A living human that is coming forward, and you're now going to follow or be led by. Some of you are becoming that leader, that guide for others. This is very profound, Virgo. Very profound, actually. Beautiful message. Yeah. Okay. Nothing much else to say. Friendly reminder, I'm going to do Ophiuchus now. And then I'm going to do I Ching and runes quickly. If you want to talk to me, you can book a session. You can talk to me on the phone or have a live video. You can scan the QR code here, or there's a link below in the description box. Just go to the existentialshift.as.me. And I'm excited to talk to you. I'll be happy to meet with you and talk your timelines. Okay, so let's do Ophiuchus. Thank you everyone for being here. If you haven't pressed the like button yet, please be sure to do so. If you found these messages helpful, then you might want them to echo to a broader community in the world so others can benefit from it as well. So pressing the like button, commenting, sharing, of course, really helps that happen. It's just the language of YouTube. Okay, and thank you. So Ophiuchus. Okay, that's just what it is. Again, Two of Pentacles. It's pretty beautiful, actually. Two more for Ophiuchus. Two of Swords. One more. And Ace of Cups. 221. Okay. Very interesting. Two of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Ace of Cups. There is someone that has feelings for you, Ophiuchus, and they're debating if to come forward, if to tell you. You're not aware of this. Or if you suspect, you don't fully know. But it's very genuine. They're willing to make changes in their life for you. And with some of you, it's someone that hasn't been aware of their feelings for you, but now is becoming aware of their feelings for you. And it makes them go into this dilemma of like, okay, what should I do about that? But currently, as you're watching this, it's not in your sphere of understanding. So it might come as a surprise. It's something that is familiar to you somehow. So I don't know if it's someone that you know from the past, or, well, for sure, I think it's someone that you know. But I think them coming forward and you realizing how they feel for you might echo that within you, or like wake it up within yourself. Maybe you didn't know you have feelings for them. Maybe you didn't know that it's mutual, or that you feel the same way, and now it's kind of waking up. Very specific. And I have one more card for clarity, please. Ophiuchus on this one. Daughter of Swords. They're going to text you or email you, or, you know, they're going to communicate it somehow. And they're going to share their feelings with you, their heart. And they're going to be clear about it. They might jump from one thing to another when they're talking to you about this, but the message is pretty clear what they're trying to say. They might come with an offer or a suggestion. If your first instinct is to say no for whatever reason, hold and let yourself kind of sit with it. Because I think there might be something there that you're maybe triggered by, but once you push through the trigger, then you find that there's something there as well for you. I don't know, I'm not telling you what to do, just potential advice, but this is a very interesting, and very specific. But good luck, Ophiuchus. Okay, awesome. Let's conclude with a rune for the runes for the collective and I Ching message. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here, for staying tuned for as long as you have. If you're new and you're still here, be sure to subscribe so that you see my face again. Runes for the collective of seekers, seers, and shifters for the month of October, please. This is 2 packs in one, so I have like 50 runes here. 2 of each. First rune out, Ehewaz. Ehewaz in the reverse, very similar names, yes. And Ing. Okay. There's a journey that we're guided to take this month that is about leading us to our place. Okay. The universe is like operating, choreographing things in order to place the pieces of the puzzle in their right place, so that the bigger picture could start showing itself properly. So it's like it's moving pieces of on the chessboard of the universe, of the cosmic plan for our evolution. And for those of us that are not where we're supposed to be, will be moved. For those of us who are where we're supposed to be, will be more solidified. Anchoring. The purpose is to be anchored in your new timeline, or in your proposed timeline, or in your chosen timeline. And it's going to come, for some of you, it's going to come with some sort of trial, test, hero's journey / like just test. It's going to be testy, not in a way of like you failed, you succeeded, just in a ways of like, what is your place? What is your spot? Is this timeline truly in resonance with you, and vice versa? And if so, it will just, the universe will just choreograph you and kind of move you in that direction. And if you're feeling like shaken up and things are changing and moving, it's because you just weren't in your place, or you were in your place that was good for that time being, just not anymore. So whatever changes happen, whatever processes, whatever journeys, especially if an actual journey is coming up, it's meaningful. So many of you will have actual physical traveling journeys. For some, it will be astral journeys. But for many, it will be physical journeys and moving, and a lot of like moving. I mean, like a big move for where you need to be. Okay, that's really, really powerful. Interesting. And last but not least, let's pull one I Ching message. I really enjoyed our time here. This was really nice. I hope you did too. And if not, you're weird, because if you haven't enjoyed it, why are you still here? Duh. I Ching for my collective of seekers, please, for the month of October. Number 27. I'm going to read from the book. Okay. Providing nourishment. Above mountain, below thunder. Thunder under mountain, attend to the people's needs. Thunder arouses the populace from complacency and shows them what is most urgently needed. It is important to nourish people with the food they require, taking care to address their concerns. A wise leader will not impose his or her preferences on the people, but rather will listen to their will and endeavor to provide nourishment of both body and spirit. Yeah, that's the difference between a tyrant and a leader. Everybody think they know that until they're in a position of power and they start making excuses. Hi, Angus. Welcome. Very nice indeed. Okay, this was fantastic. Thank you. Stay magic. Stay true. Stay free. Check out the description box for fun. I love you. Bye for now.